Live. Hey, good evening. We are live from Byhalia, Mississippi, right here in the test kitchen, in the back test kitchen of Sweet Swine of Mine. Again,
the much cooler test kitchen.
Yeah, the oh damn, it's hot out there test kitchen. We went out there for a little bit. There's like 100 degrees out there, and then it's like 72 degrees in here, so it's much better. As I said in our post, Mark Lambert is gone fishing down Louisiana, and so I have my good friend here, the Egg Man, the EP, Jeff Maynard.
The Egg Man, the EP.
The Egg Man. So
I do love me some eggs. You know?
I mean, if there's a world egg cooking competition, this man needs to be the world champion, no doubt.
I've cooked them about every way you can cook them, including in a sous vide.
You have. You've pickled them. You've how do you do it with the salt?
Cured them.
You cured them.
Salt cured them.
Salt cured them.
The yolks.
Everything.
Yep.
Checking in from Sweet Swine of Mine YouTube page would be Mark Lambert himself. So
what up, Lambo?
He says word. Greg Snyder, Casey Clemens, Stephen. I'm not sure on that last name. Stephen Pooh something. I'm not sure. Pooh. Yeah. All right. So Maynard.
Yep.
I'm gonna let you tell us real quick what we're doing tonight.
All right, we're going to do corned beef hash Benedict.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
So somebody, and I'm okay if it's me, is going to have to get out there on that hot griddle because we're going to have to toast our English muffins.
Is it already on?
It is not yet, but you can turn on if you don't mind.
Okay.
And the other thing we're going to do out there, instead of doing poached eggs tonight, we're actually going to do some sunny side up eggs.
Oh, okay.
I think it'll just go a little better with this rusticness that we've got going on. So I put corned beef. This is one of those that they sell at Kroger. It's already been corned, already been brined. And I put it in the crock pot today on high for about 4 hours. And it was right at 200 degrees when I pulled it out. Let it cool
outside
down.
Or
in the middle?
Oh,
in the middle.
Oh, I thought you meant it was 200 degrees outside.
Well, it was 200 degrees outside.
In there.
But I let it cool down, then I just diced it basically.
Yeah.
This particular recipe is going to have potatoes. Of course, you got to have potatoes to make hash.
That's right.
Some what's the
shallots?
Shallot. There you go. Couldn't think of it. Some shallots that I've diced at home. We're actually going to add a little bit of mushroom, just some white mushroom that I got diced. And of course, not many dishes don't go better with some Brussels sprouts.
Little baby cabbages.
Yep, little baby cabbages.
We were talking about all his little nice dicing here. If you go on Amazon and get you one of these Full Star.
Full Star is the brand.
Full Star is the brand. But go on Amazon. Box chopper. They got 6-in-1, 11-in-1, 47-in-1. Go ahead and get you one of those. Anywhere from
4 large potatoes in about 4 minutes.
You can get fancier or not fancy. You can get about $23 on up to about $40-something. But get you one.
Amazon done sold 2 of them tonight.
Yeah. Amazon, I want some commission.
When I come in here, they started getting on there.
Yeah, it was sold right away. I think I'm gonna get me one too.
Stick that over there. We're gonna put it in the microwave here in a little bit. We don't have to do it right now.
Is there anything metal in this thing?
Oh,
no, I think
there is, isn't there?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yep. No, you're right. We'll have to melt that some other way. That was just really nice. The last time we did
some way
the
and pour
sauce.
it in there, but
yeah.
Jody Davis, what's up, brother? So,
all right. So the first step in this, and we're going ahead and getting rolling.
Yeah.
While Ashman can talk, but the first step, I melted a little bit of butter, and I am going to put some of our diced potatoes in here. And you want to kind of cook them on pretty decent high heat
Doing that.
so that you'll get a little bit of crisp on those potatoes. And I'm gonna need one of these here wooden spoons over here.
Yeah.
And I watched episode 4 of Mark's Barbecue Country last night.
Oh, episode 5, you mean?
No, I watched number 4 last night.
Okay.
On YouTube.
But Alan wasn't on that. Okay,
No,
well.
Alan be next one. I watch.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get caught up.
I got it.
But it was the Sweet Swine of Mine Challenge.
Yeah.
And so we're doing the same thing tonight. And
Hey.
I'm gonna use some Oklahoma egg.
Yeah, anytime there's eggs involved, you might as well pull out the Texas beef.
Texas beef is going in here on the potatoes just to give them a little
I know we're putting this.
salt and pepper.
I know we're putting this Benedict on probably some English muffins, but I'm over here looking like a busted can of biscuits on this stove. So, man, yeah. Roxanne Brown. Hey guys, what's going on? Steve Hughes. All right. I was just checking in and see who's with us. What's everybody got going on this week? Where's their SCA? Anybody?
We got Nesbitt next weekend.
Collinsville
this weekend.
Collinsville this weekend, down on Main Street. I should have been in Galax last week. I know it's fat boy weather up in the mountains. I need to move up there. But no, I should have been in Galax. I know. I'm gonna make a plan to go next year. They've already put it on the calendar, July 26th and 27th for Galax. So
Yeah, we can throw that
yeah, that don't have any metal in it.
in the microwave.
I'm gonna move my stuff.
So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our English muffins, put some of this corned beef hash on it, as much as we can pile up on there, then do us a sunny side up egg,
Get
and
on.
then we'll put our hollandaise sauce
And
on
you're
top.
gonna make hollandaise from scratch right
Yep.
here. Cause
Yep.
A lot
And the last one we did, I don't remember, what did we do last time with the Benedict? Was it a traditional or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we did the traditional last time. So this one's going to be corned beef, but we're going to make the same hollandaise sauce.
Okay.
And for those of you who watched that episode, y'all saw me put the egg yolk and the lemon juice together, and then we slowly added the hot butter as we were tempering those eggs, and we did it with a whisk. I learned something today that you can do the same thing to make a carbonara sauce. And I had no idea that was possible. But I read something today that's the newest technique for making a carbonara, is to temper those eggs with the hot pasta water and your butter, and then you put your hot pasta in there and continue to have it over something warm to let it thicken up. So next time I make the carbonara, I'm gonna definitely do that. Yeah, we can leave that for now because we'll wait and do that a little bit later.
Okay.
So right now we are just getting these taters as hot as we can get them, which hopefully will be pretty good with this cast iron.
Oh, you want the biscuits?
We're just gonna toast them. Take a little bit of butter out there. Just toast them on one side, on the open side,
Not like
and
that.
put them in a.
Not like that.
I like that.
You already burnt one side of bread today.
I did notice that when I came in. I went,
Hey man,
that's not what it looked like
I'm
last time I saw that
For the
bread.
biscuits.
I'm not one to call anybody out.
They're in one of those.
I was calling somebody out.
Because it was good bread.
Yeah. No, it's still good.
I ain't calling him out because he's in enough trouble.
Yeah. Hey man, I didn't cause none of that.
Oh, yeah, we got the
I can give him heck. I didn't cause none of that.
No, he did that.
He was the keyboard cowboy today. We won't talk about nothing else.
So I just want to know if Mark's watching. Did he catch any fish today, or did he just drive today?
He just drove down.
Okay.
He probably just got there a little while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm sure we need.
At the last highway of the United States.
Yep.
In Venice, Louisiana.
Gonna be shoving the throats tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we need to have that here for next Thursday night episode,
Yeah, exactly.
as we already discussed.
Boats and gravy.
Yes.
Didn't you say
They
that
should already
the
be
only
kinda
access on
halfway
the
cut.
highway is gonna be on the boat ramps?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a Dollar General and nothing else.
Yep.
There's a restaurant and a bar and a Dollar General. That's it. And I mean,
A bait store?
yeah, maybe. And then the road.
Dollar General.
The road, yes, Dollar General and bait. And the road ends. Like, there's one road. It ends. That's it.
Wow.
It ends at the boat ramp, I think.
Like Shelby Forest?
Yeah.
You go after the Shelby Forest.
So if you remember, for the hollandaise, we basically squeeze one lemon. Make sure you don't get no pits down in there.
Seeds?
Yep.
Okay. He said throats next week.
Yeah.
Throat next week.
Throats next week. I hear you.
With
I
a little
wrote it down.
Cajun cream sauce, I heard
Yeah.
on the menu
There was
as
a
well,
request for Cajun cream sauce.
which I will be happy to do.
So we got Nesbitt next week. They're cooking a steak on Friday, 2 steaks on Saturday,
And wings.
wings on Friday night.
Wings,
And
ribs,
ribs.
and dessert.
Ancillaries?
Yeah.
Are they?
But
ancillaries?
wings are just Friday night.
Wings Friday night.
And then ribs and dessert Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to do Saturday. I might go take my stuff Friday evening, but that's about it. He said yes on the Cajun cream sauce. Then that's the 4th and 5th. Mark will be competing in the.
To the lemon juice, you add egg yolks.
Thought you got some shells on that. I should have known the Eggman didn't put no shell in there.
6, 4,
And then,
4, 6, yeah.
Mark will be headed to Key West, and he will be competing in the rub and tug competition by what's that dude's name that does the W sauce? Bear, you know what I'm talking about. But they're doing a barbecue contest, like a rib contest, a lobster cooking contest, and a fishing contest. So,
Right, somebody started them taters. Smell them.
Yep.
oh, you got some gratin on the bottom there.
That's what we're talking about now. And down just a little bit there.
He'll show you how to deglaze in a minute.
Yeah.
Get all the.
I didn't know this was going to be part of it, but I'm glad to.
Get all them
Another
good-
French technique.
Yeah. Get all them good bits.
Use some Mississippi wine.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Add that a little bit there.
Those are good.
Yeah, man. So we got our lemon juice.
Yep.
And our egg yolk. Put all that together. And then when it's time, we're not going to do it till a little bit later. When it's time,
I'm going to pour that butter in there.
you slowly pour that melted butter in there, that hot butter.
Goes full.
And it emulsifies.
That word he said.
The word for the day.
Emulsify.
Emulsification.
But if you go fast, it separates.
That's right.
Yeah, it's
What
scrambled.
you
eggs.
don't want is for it to break, which means the solids and the liquids separate.
Yeah, and it's scrambled eggs.
Give me a spatula, please.
A spatula.
Yes.
Man, don't that.
There's grandma's spatula right there. Yeah, don't that look good?
Man, oh, man.
That's it right there.
That is Oklahoma egg goodness.
A little chicken stock in that egg, in there, the deglaze.
I know it ain't no box chicken stock here. I don't know if it's.
You
Dead
get all
bolt.
kinds of stuff, but
Deadbolt and that
That's- you know
whiskey
what?
is
Some
loud.
Beer, probably
Beer will do it.
beer will work.
What did he say here? He said deadbolt and that whiskey is loud.
Put some PBR over that thing.
I'm not sure what he's talking about there.
Give me another one there.
What is it?
In the refrigerator out
Yeah,
there.
I'm not sure what he's saying. So where we gonna put that?
That goes in there, but I think what I'm gonna do is
Walk
I'm
'em?
gonna actually walk the
Shallots.
shallots.
You can't
I'll
think
keep
of that word.
Well, I keep wanting to say scallions because I read an article about scallions last night, and so that word is just trapped in my head.
Oh,
But the
bowl and whisk is loud. Okay, it's sitting right beside that mic.
we'll do it over here.
We'll do it over there.
He's stuck in France. Scallion, shallot.
Yeah.
He's stuck in France.
They're all in the same family, aren't they?
Yeah.
If I'm stuck in Paris, it's gonna be Paris, Tennessee,
Right?
or Texas. Either one.
And of course, you can't cook anything good if it ain't got some butter.
Yeah.
As you can tell by looking at all of us, we like some butter
Yeah.
around here.
I'm better friends than Paula Dean. Of butter.
We're down south.
Huh?
We're down south. You butter it, you biscuit it, or you gravy it.
That's it.
And the only one else is it's got to be fried.
Well, you know, only in the South where. Have you seen those videos? There's videos on like YouTube or TikTok or something where these English like teenagers
That'll work.
are like they give them American food,
Oh,
like
yeah.
chicken strips or fried chicken. And then they said most people in America eat them with these, and they throw out a plate of biscuits and they say, what does that look like to you? She says, is this a scone? And it's like, no, they call it American biscuit. And then he brought out this gravy, and they put that white gravy on top of that biscuit. And they were like, what are you doing? And then they dipped that chicken in that white gravy, and they were like, oh, this is scrumptious.
What about some sweet tea?
Yeah. Brought them out some sweet tea. Yeah.
There goes the borders. They're coming.
Yeah, they're coming. I didn't think they were just coming from Mexico. They're coming from England too.
Just add a little moisture to that pan to deglaze it.
Yeah.
That was actually a question we had on a trivia night was what are those little particles, and you've already said it, on the bottom of the pan. They're called gratin.
gratin. That's right.
Goodness.
Goodness, that's
I learned that from my Cajun cooking friends.
Well, the French did one thing right when they went to New Orleans.
That's right. They gave us all kind of good food down
That's
there.
right.
We might not have gumbo or etouffee, stuff like that. We
Think of
didn't.
the sauce.
We didn't have
Think of
pecan.
the sauces that
Oh,
are
yeah.
down there that you wouldn't have.
That's right.
No, it's a butter sauce. Okay, call it what you want. This is a wine butter sauce. Okay, call it what you want. This is what's in it. Oh,
Yeah.
now let's put some seafood in it.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
right. And they in a good spot to be adding that seafood too.
Yes, sir.
So you went to Galax last week.
We did.
You've been the last couple of years. Didn't bring home any trophies, but you had a good time, I'm sure.
We did.
And weather was nice. And it's a long drive out
The
there.
weather was beautiful. And as Mark has said, we turned in a great product. I mean, honestly, everything we turned in was great. What we thought was the worst thing we turned in wound up getting the only call that we got.
Yeah. And that tends to happen, no matter what. If you like your steak that day, they gonna hate it.
That's right.
Every time.
If you like your ribs that day, they ain't gonna do nothing. So I just go in with the mindset that I hate it before I even cook it.
I did some ribs in a comp one time. And I threw them on. I said, I can't turn that crap in. She hem-hawed. Finally, I dug through and I found 6 bones and got 5th place.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something? I cooked my best rib I've ever cooked in my life was at that KCBS contest we went to in Columbus.
Columbus, Georgia.
I cooked over there, and then I cooked another good one at Big D's contest with SCA. But you can't turn in what you think is a great KCBS rib into an SCA contest. They're gonna hate it. But that one over there, that one rib challenge, you won that thing, didn't you?
Yeah, and I was having a problem with the heat up and down.
Oh yeah, I was having a perfect.
I had to use the cooker.
Yeah, I was having a perfect cook, man. I forgot you used my cooker. I deserve half that medal. The Mojo. No, but I mean, I loved that cook. Everything about it was great. I ended up on the wrong table on that deal because I had higher scores. I just didn't come off the right table, but it was. Yeah, they were good ribs. They were fine. I mean, I cooked Mark Lambert's recipe to a T, and they were fine ribs.
I had to use the cooker because mine was too high, too low.
That's right. Yours was fluctuating like crazy. You had 2 different red boxes that day, didn't you?
No, just one red box.
One red box? And I had my drum smoker, boy. That thing, 300 degrees, it's going to ride all day long.
And it's not just ribs that'll do that. We've seen that kind of stuff happen at chili contest.
Yeah.
You get a chili contest, and it doesn't even, are your spices old or are they new?
Yeah.
You know, what do the judges look like? Are they younger guys that think they need beer and spices, salt? Or are they older people that they'll go, I want the sweet stuff?
I would say your spices in a chili contest would need to be more fresh than anything else because you can't really, chili is all about the spices.
But you have to find the fine line between bland and burning them up.
Oh, sure.
Because you don't know what table you're going to hit,
Yeah, I think just like most of us say, just try not to offend anybody. Just cook something, whatever you're cooking, cook it where nobody can find anything wrong with it. Just not necessarily, it's got to be too hot, too this, too that. Just, hey, can you give me anything, tell me anything that was wrong with that cook? It was just kind of middle of the road. If you can go middle of the road and not get in the ditch on either way, I think you've done what you're. Are you cooking ribs in Nesbitt? I don't know. I don't know that I want to do that much fire management. And
Put it on the red box, they'll chug at 250 all day.
I was going to say, it's a way to do it.
Yeah, believe me, we
I
all have at least one of those.
I know. I do have a red box. So I want to pull out the red box and do ribs. I'm thinking about it.
I'll supply the ribs.
You gonna supply my ribs?
I got Prairie Fresh Prime in the freezer, son. Let me know how many slabs you want.
Do you really?
All right. Okay. I'll do ribs.
Twist.
Jim just talked me into it. Jim just talked me into it. $50 and somebody else's ribs, I'll do it. But yeah, I like cooking ribs. I'll bring a barrel drum out there if I need to, but it's a good cook.
Where's that in this?
At the Shriners.
Shriner building?
Yeah, at the Shriner building. It's gonna be hot. Dude,
Typically, a lot of teams are down
y'all know
there.
who Jelly Roll is?
I do.
Yeah.
All right, so this dude's playing in South Haven tomorrow. Jelly
Really
Roll.
good.
Yeah, they talked about how hot it's gonna be. His 18-wheelers were already there, right? That son gun has 8 semis. What kind of stage production are you bringing for 8 semis?
Well, he's bigger than me and you put together. So
I know he is, but he ain't riding. He ain't riding unless he's got a refrigerator truck in one of them, and he's walking in between songs into that refrigerator truck. But man, I'm gonna tell you, I've been to. We went to the amphitheater one time. It was probably this time of year, and I saw Sugarland. and it was so hot. And that was one there wasn't as many seats, and we were all sitting on the ground. And man, you talking about smothering when you're down like that low to the ground, and the grass being as hot as it was probably about 112 or something.
You didn't have to worry about ants then.
I was like, man, I just don't feel like going to see no concert like that. You know, man, Elvis and the Beatles could be playing, and I wouldn't go.
Well, I don't know about that now.
I'm
People
serious.
ask me sometimes if you could ever pick one person that you would love to go see in concert, who would it be? And you go, Elvis, of course, we're down here. You go, why? Because he's dead.
Yeah.
If I'm going to that show,
Hey,
that's a
if you're
special show.
If you're telling me he's there,
Yeah.
then I'm gone.
I need to be there.
Yeah, I just don't know about 110 degrees outside. And I know that's when everybody like has summertime concerts, but I'm like, hey man, we do this in October.
You look at the contest that used to be during that July and first part of August. It's thinned out. The state contests are great because you're going in. It's a shorter time. You have a great time. There's all kinds of people, but you're in and out.
Yeah.
You don't see these big comps in there where you go, oh yeah, I'm doing whole hog and shoulders and all that. I'll be cooking for 4 days. No.
Yeah,
No.
I used to not like when I was just in barbecue. The last comp I would do would be Memphis in May. I mean, like I wouldn't cook barbecue again till August, September, maybe. You know, but June, July was absolutely a no-no. Oh, we got them little baby cabbages.
Yeah, I need another minute.
They need something on
We
them,
can
like
close,
some
though.
white lightning or something.
That might be all right.
Yeah,
We can do that.
White
grab me
lightning
some
around
white
there.
lightning in there.
I bet it's some in here.
I sure bet it is.
Spicy or regular.
Garlic butter.
Either way, double garlic butter, spicy, whatever.
It don't matter.
Look at that, you done found your lid. But yeah, so we're cooking in Nesbitt next week, and then the 12th, I'm not able to go, and me and Mark's not able to go. We're going to Townsend Spice in Melbourne. So we had planned on going, just something came up, and can't go. So, but it should be a fun time. But he's going to Tampa, and I'm going cooking.
Well,
I mean, he's not going
the-
to Tampa. He's going to Key West.
19th.
Only thing you had on the speed rail.
19th, myself and Dusty and Daniel are all going to Nashville to compete in Big Beef Showdown.
Oh, nice. Is that a World Foods thing?
It is. It's what I got my ticket to World Food last year in.
Oh, okay.
So we're
Okay.
doing that. And then
Are
the
you
next-
cooking in Nesbitt?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, me and Daniel and Gary had already talked about getting, putting the band together and kind of camping,
Heck yeah.
doing a little camp up. So. Gosh, dog. Yeah. You dropped a little on that table.
Oh.
And I was like, Buck, it didn't last long.
He cleaned it up for you.
Yeah, I cleaned it right on up.
All right, so we're going to add our.
So you're putting the cabbage the Brussels sprouts in the
And shells.
shallots.
And the shallot
Yeah.
into.
You gotta help him out there.
And the potato mix there.
Because I was going to say scallions again.
Scallions.
Extra hard scat.
Extra large scallions. Right. Dang near an onion.
It's in the red onion family.
It is that. Man, that looks good. Bro, I'll just eat that.
I say just scramble some eggs, pour them
I
in
mean,
there,
I really don't need the
don't
muffin. Yeah, I don't really
No,
need the
no.
muffin. If you just fry me an egg, put it on top of that.
I'm fine with that.
Man, can you imagine poking the yolk down?
Yo, it's going happening.
Use that second pan to make a little milk bread. Put it on top of that muffin.
Son.
All right, we done on that. I
Okay.
think G-Man is doing our muffins.
He might have done passed out and burnt his muffins.
Well, and I'm gonna go out there and start doing eggs.
I think he's pretty vigilant when I went out there.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
All right.
Tell you what, Jim, take him that, have him just stack them up in there,
Gotcha.
and I'm gonna bring the eggs out there. How many people we got?
I
1,
don't
2, 3,
need
4.
to.
You don't eat egg?
Are you
What?
Are you Guy Fieri?
Don't eat egg.
I
What?
do eat eggs. I just don't. Yeah, go ahead and do me one.
All right. See, I thought she was Guy Fieri.
No,
on
no,
the
no,
deal.
no. I do eat eggs.
That dude don't like eggs.
He
man.
don't.
He don't
That's
like
for
no
sure.
egg now.
And
I don't know
I
what
don't
kind-
understand it as much
I don't know
food
what-
stuff as he likes.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of dude he is off camera, but I don't really trust a whole lot of people that don't eat eggs now.
I'm with you there.
I mean, I mean, I don't know him off camera. I've never met him or anything, but I mean, can't trust nobody that don't eat eggs.
He's a little different.
Yeah,
I used to see him up at the Jack all the
like I said, I ain't talking about the fella.
time. No, he made it work for him,
Yeah,
and he's making it.
yeah, it's kind of
Love is about doing.
All right.
Yeah, it's like Larry the Cable Guy. You know, he made it work for himself.
Yeah.
That dude ain't no more country than nothing.
No, you hear him when he's not in character.
Yeah, he's from Florida, so yeah. Well, if you think I just act this way on TV, y'all just come see me. I talk like this all the time. You know, I lived in St. Louis and I ran a McAllister's Deli. We put the first McAllister's in St. Louis County, and everybody always asked me where I was from and all this. And I mean, once I say one or two words, you get real quick that I'm not from wherever I am. You know, I'm
not from around.
Yeah. I got that in New York too. I said something out loud on the subway, and this woman said, "I'm sorry, but you're not from around here, are you?" And I go, "No, ma'am, I'm not." But yeah, Michelle Poland says on the 19th of August, I will be attending the. I'm saying that this is Bitches of Barbecue female rib contest at Brandon and Michelle O'Quinn's house.
Is that where that is? I was looking for a little.
Yeah, it didn't have an address on it, but I think if you scan the barcode, I mean the QR code, and signed up, it told you where it was. So I won't. I had to put quotation marks on that because I ain't calling nobody that.
Nah.
I grew up in a house full of women. I don't call nobody that. So I lived in St. Louis, and I needed a shirt. I always told people I needed a shirt that just because I talk this way don't mean I'm dumb. Because they looked at you like, man, how was it to grow up without shoes and indoor plumbing? No, it's fine. We had all kind of stuff.
Yeah, I get it like that when I go out to different job sites. Like, you're the hillbilly, you're the country boy, you're the Tennessee guy.
Yeah.
You want to hunt and fish and do all that stuff, so you don't even know me.
You know,
But yeah.
St.
Yeah,
Louis,
yeah,
St.
you're
Louis,
going
I
to-
love. I love St. Louis. I love it. It's, but to be only 4 hours away from here, they have no clue where they're from. Really, they didn't know anything about sweet tea. When I worked for McAllister's, which is well known for our sweet tea, it's like we were selling like crack. It's like they was like, "How do you make it?" I'm like, "You stir in sugar while it's hot."
Yeah.
Well, I put sugar in my tea and it don't taste like this. I said, "Do it while it's hot and put more of it in there." But yeah, so I was there for probably about 2 weeks, and I moved up there, and it was first big city I had lived in, too. So, but I was up there, and I was the catering manager at first. I was the catering manager for this McAllister's, and so I was delivering the catering to a hospital, and I had 2 bags of boxed lunches, like and I'm like run to the elevator, and there was a woman already on the elevator, right? So I'm running to the elevator trying to get on so I wouldn't have to sit the boxes down to hit the button, that kind of thing. So I run on the elevator and put my hand in the door and stop and all this, and there's this woman in there, and I said, "How you doing today, ma'am?" She didn't say a word. She clutched her purse. She clutched her purse and like did this. I'm like, I really look like, and I called my mom and I said, "Mama," I told her that story. I said, "Mama, I don't know if I really looked like I was about to take her purse and beat her with these box lunches," but I thought people just didn't say hi or whatever, like they go out of their way. I'm like, y'all not too far out of the South where y'all ought to have some kind of, Southern, a little bit of Southern charm about you. I know y'all drink fruit tea up here, but y'all were below the Mason-Dixon line. I mean, it's somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So, but St. Louis was fun. I lived there for about 4 years, but it was fun.
They want to call it Boot Hill, the Mason-Dixon line. You go, no, that's not really where it really is.
No, it's about I-70.
Yeah. You come across Kentucky and stuff like that, and keep coming, and you're getting close.
Yeah, it's about I-70, right across the top. But man, I had a good time. Lived there. West County, St. Louis was always nice. It's changed a lot.
A lot.
Really a lot. So, but when it was time to come home, it was time to come home. But yeah, I had this guy argue with me about where I was from. He said, "You're from Texas." I said, "No, I'm from Mississippi."
Wrong accent.
He said, "No, man, you're from Texas." I said, "I bet you I'm not. And I believe I know firsthand." I said, "I can pretty much tell you I'm not from Texas." Look at there. Marcio's on with us. Congratulations on that grand at Galax. Proud of you, buddy. And y'all been killing it, man. Having a good cook. Giving glory to God and gonna be blessed for it. So keep on what you're doing, Marcio. But yeah, just I love living in St. Louis. People are different though. I mean, they're different everywhere. But to be that close to the South, I thought for sure there's got to be a redneck in this town somewhere. But it is. They're usually living in Farmington.
You come about 30 miles south towards Peevely.
Yeah.
All that
Oh yeah. They're where the NASCAR dirt track is on the yeah.
I-55 racetrack.
I-55 Raceway.
You got a town called Festus. Gotta be.
Yeah, it's got to be some rednecks in Festus.
It's got a railroad track that goes right down through the middle of it.
Yeah. But I like Missouri. I always have, and people talk about I tell people I'm a pretty big Cardinals fan. They said, "Man, most people around here are Braves fans." And I said, "Yeah, Braves baseball was easy to watch on TV." I said, "But I turned my radio on and I could hear KMOX at night and I could listen to the Cardinals." So that's what I remember as a kid.
That's back when all we had was AM.
That's right. That's right.
You got to bounce off the river.
Yeah, you got it at night. Yeah.
It was so clear at night. But yeah, that was fun stuff. Fun stuff.
I remember I'm a Virginia boy. At nighttime, we could pick up Whoa Radio out of Kokomo, Indiana. They had
wow,
rock and
that's a
roll
long
show
stretch, ain't it?
Yeah.
What was that, the Wolfman?
There's some rock show. I never got the Wolfman until we got FM. Then we got the Wolfman.
He was syndicated after that.
Now we're talking old radio stuff. Yeah. This is KKYK, Little Rock, and Casey.
Yeah. I worked in radio for a while when I was in college, and till then I didn't know like call letters for radio stations. Anything east of the river started with W. Anything west of the river started with K. So I don't know. If y'all didn't know that, there you do. But that was the reason why everything over here was W. Everything over here was K. So August 12th, August 19th, the ladies of barbecue female rib contest at the Gwen's house. Check out there. And then Mike Fauché says, I did as well. KZRI and Helena. We were the flagship for the Cardinals. Yes, you were. We put computer systems. When I worked in Clarksdale, I worked for a computer company, and we came and did computers at that radio station, KZRI in Helena, West Helena, flagship for the Cardinals. You're right.
That's a good contest down there too. They have what they changed it to, the Arkansas Heritage Festival.
It used to be the King Biscuit.
King Biscuit. They went back to call it King Biscuit.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a good AM station there. I think it KZRI. I'm not sure.
They did an MBN contest down there as well as the Blues Festival.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun. That was the King Biscuit was a good time.
Good commodity shop down there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And the White River was a good contest also.
You could float from here. We got guys that we know through the barbecue network. All of us would know them, that would put in up here at like McKellar or down here at the harbor. Yeah. And then float down.
Oh, to Helena.
Yeah, they float down there on boats.
Oh yeah.
And they pull them into their little makeshift.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's a long way. That's a long.
When you got a 26 or a 30-foot boat, it wasn't bad.
When I cooked Wilson the other day, it took me 72 miles to get there.
Yeah.
But if you map it, if I can get across, it's 8 miles from my driveway.
That's awful. I was noticing that the first time I went to Wilson. I was like, man, if there was a bridge across right here, I was like, you got to go around and about to get to Wilson, Arkansas. But that's bad. I didn't know it was that close.
8 miles from my driveway.
8 miles, man. That sounds like Maynard and his Airbnb at Tennessee River. Did you hear that story?
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he thought he was so proud we went to Tennessee River and he signed up for an Airbnb and it was like 1.7 miles or something from the cook spot. As the crow flies, it took 45 minutes. It took 45 minutes to get to the house. John Schultz says WGN Cubs all the time. Sorry about that. Well, I mean, if you like listening to losing baseball,
somebody's got to root for him.
I mean, somebody's got to root for him. I mean, they've had some good years, but I mean, for the most part,
two, I think.
1908 and whatever that year was.
The one later.
Oh, I'm sorry about my nose. It's all so.
That's the hardest ticket to get to, is the Cardinals and Cubs. I've got people, like I said, my family live up that way. They get tickets. Yeah, it's big time.
It's like home field for both, really.
Yeah, I had season tickets. I had season tickets for the Cardinals my last year there, and I had a season ticket plan. I had two. Thanks for Lou Brock. Mike Fauché says, John, you got a great farm team in the Cards. So thanks for Lou Brock. That's what I always say. Anybody Cubs fan says something, I say, thanks for Lou Brock. But I was a season ticket holder my last year, and it was the last year at Old Bush, right? So we were there, and there was Cardinals Cubs series, and I had the first row in the bleachers. Like, there was a concourse under the shade. I was under the shade, but I had the first row right there on the rail the last year at Old Bush. And so I was sitting there,
Mhm.
and all these college kids started coming up with these Cubs jerseys on. And
Let's check on our butter.
okay,
'Cause these are done.
all right. And so all these.
I'm try to look at them eggs.
I'm gonna add 30 seconds to that.
Man, it's hot over there, okay?
Yeah.
Woo!
G-Man sweating a little bit.
Mm.
So to finish the story real quick,
Mine too.
So all these college kids started coming up. I called my usher over there. He knew by my name, And I was like, I said, I want all these tickets checked. I said, if they're in the right spot and this is where they're supposed to be, then I'll live with it. But I want every one of these tickets checked. And he did, man. I came up and checked all the tickets, and I was fine after that. But, man, it was all these University of Illinois Champaign students. And they all had Cubs jerseys on. I'm like, nah, if I'm going to have to sit through this for 4 hours, I'm going to make sure it's legit. So we ended up having a good time.
When I signed on with my current position, the guys that I worked for were in Chicago.
Yeah.
And at my interview, the boss's boss came in with a Cubs jersey on.
Negative.
And I looked at him and I said, well, we're going to have a problem, sir. I believe I can work for you, but we're going to have to stop that. So then the very next day, I wore in my Smack Talk shirt, Cardinals, and on the back it says, what's the difference between a wannabe and a champion?
Yeah.
180 miles, and it had the map of us in Chicago, and I'm like,
Yes.
here you go, right there.
Yeah.
All right, so we're about ready to make the hollandaise.
Okay.
We've got the lemon juice, the egg yolks. I got 4 egg
I'm going to
yolks.
move this microphone because it was really loud on the.
4 egg yolks in there, and then we're going to slowly start putting in our melted butter.
I can see where that'd be loud. It's still loud.
Unfortunately, there ain't no other way to do this.
Yeah.
That's even faster than I do it.
Faster than Eric does it too. He made that cut in doctor and he told you straight out, this is going to be it's going to be a little bit on me.
Yeah.
Now, it was good idea.
The difference between, I mean, when you're tempering something, what you're getting is the temperature to be the same together.
That wasn't real hot.
And these had already warmed up to room temperature, so I didn't mind going, and it hadn't broken. It's not going to. I think we do need another stick of butter, though. Get that.
Fill it back.
Yeah, if it was gonna break it, already would have.
Right. Yes, sir. You'd already been looking at scrambled eggs.
That's right. And they're not scrambled eggs.
No,
So
sir.
we're going to start building some plates here.
What?
Bypass me at least for now.
Bypass him for now. He had a brisket, baked potato.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Well, don't bypass. Yeah, he had a hash.
If you're about heavy and you want, it's okay, Q. That place is on point, I ain't gonna lie. Of course, where else you gonna eat by heavy?
That's Subway.
Yeah.
Sweet's one of mine distributing test kitchen most of the time.
Well, I mean, I eat lunch here often.
Yeah.
Was the one couple had that restaurant just past when you go past the main four-way stoplight?
G-Man.
You went up by gate with the tires.
G-Man.
Miranda's.
Mind getting us some forks and
And
maybe a knife. They got
Probably
a
in
plastic knife in
That
there.
plastic thing.
Yeah,
In the first.
open the drawer, open the cabinet door.
Yeah, the place used to be when you went past Bahia battery, tire and battery. It was
Go another-
Let's,
30.
Another 15,
you
20
could get,
seconds.
you could get a chicken and corn boy in there. And it was really nice.
Then Madison, Wisconsin with the
Look at the
Braves.
steam coming off of that. Somebody see that?
Braves. So my mom turned me into a Cubs in '68.
You going home with me?
Uncle was a Cardinals fan his whole life. When he died, we buried him with his Cardinal stuff. Yeah. I put a Cubs team card in his casket. That's dirty, John. You ain't coming to my funeral, buddy. You He said he buried his uncle in his Cardinal stuff, and then he put a Cubs team baseball card in his casket. That's dirty.
He's probably getting haunted.
Yeah. Hey, man, you have visitors at night. It's your uncle.
We took my son up on my mom worked for American Foods in St. Louis,
Yeah.
and both Lou Brock and Bob Gibson worked up there with him.
Yeah.
When we took my son up there, he was talking to his grandma, and it's like, do you see anybody in here you recognize? And they were at desk behind her, and he's like, well, and then finally she goes, you probably know this gentleman, and walked him over there and introduced him to his brother.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh.
Well, my best story like that, I mean, like, I had a lot of players, current players come in, like at the time, current players come in my restaurant, you know, Jim Edmonds, Scott Rowland, stuff like that. The guy, like I had Ozzie Smith came in one day, and that was like I was big fanboy over Ozzie Smith. Ozzie Smith was my dude, you know, growing up. I had the Ozzie Smith signature glove, that kind of thing.
Could you do the backflip?
Negative. I couldn't do the backflip when I weighed 86 pounds.
Where's our spatula?
Right there, that little grandma spatula. But one day, what freaked me out above all this, man, I had a general manager. His name was Steele Westfall. Still a good friend of mine. Lives down in Jupiter. And watch out with that egg now.
Yeah.
And so Whitey Herzog came in one day, and Whitey was my manager. I mean, that was who I grew up was a Cub. I mean, was the Cardinals manager was Whitey. You know, Whitey Ball was it.
All right, who's first?
And
y'all get it. They need some smell-o-vision on here.
yeah, show needs some smell-o-vision, and that looks good. And so Whitey comes in. He goes, "Hey, Steele, how you doing, buddy?" And I turned and looked at Steele, and I said, "You don't know Whitey Herzog. Whitey Herzog knows you. There's a difference."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when somebody calls out your name, you know, and I'm not that big on celebrity people, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this was Whitey Herzog, you know, like baseball manager, you know, and he walked in and he goes, "Hey, Steele, what's going on?" And I was like, he goes, "Do you want to meet Whitey?" And I go, "Yeah, I do."
Who does
so
not?
we walked up and we had just delivered his food and he goes, and I said, "Coach," I said, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Herzog. And he goes, "Oh, call me Whitey." And he goes, It's a damn good sandwich you got here, boy." Or something like that. I was like, yes.
Very approachable.
I'm like that in the cooking game too, because it's cool when I started in the barbecue stuff, people that I used to shake off of didn't know from Adam or they didn't know me.
Yeah.
But now will call me by name. To me, that's
You can share with Jim if you need to.
I don't know,
Yeah.
you know.
I know what you mean. Not accountability, but it's
You know, I don't know, maybe
like-
I did something right somewhere.
Yeah. Like, hey, man, this kind of worked out, didn't it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm kind of that way. You know, I'm kind of that way in cooking too. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm a big sports guy. I know a lot of things go back to, especially baseball. I'm a big baseball guy, so.
We go back as far as Red Shandy's.
Yeah. And I met Red, and I met Stan, and that was probably meeting Stan Musial was probably up there. I mean, you know, I'm tearing up thinking about it now. I mean, you think about who Stan Musial was, that's pretty it for me, man. But yeah, I got a lot of opportunities Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike, for watching, man. You have a blessed night too, brother. But I was.
I don't know if y'all can see that on the.
Oh yeah, it
On the
coming in
camera.
loud and clear, man. It's coming in loud and clear. Man.
Yep.
I got action name right on.
Yeah.
Ashley, man.
Man.
Dig into that.
Oh, I'm gonna have to.
He's looking a little thin in the skin.
You really? Because I couldn't really
Little
tell.
thin in the skin.
I couldn't really tell that was the case.
You?
She wants some.
Yeah, she won some since she got here. Oh my goodness.
What's the praise?
She got the right
Oh,
idea.
yolk?
She's
Poke the yolk.
Poke the yolk.
she's laid out naked on the cold floor. She's a smart one.
Oh my goodness, man.
Well, last time I did that, y'all frowned a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Banned me.
Not in the kitchen.
Don't do that. Oh my goodness, Maynard.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I ain't know why that you hang around, man.
Worked all right.
If you
What do you think? Exactly.
All right,
Yeah.
man. That's all you.
It's mine.
Yep.
You ain't getting no supper when you get home.
yeah, that might be the last hot meal you get for a couple of days.
If I can't get home, you know.
Yeah, I cook wings.
I might have to stay here tonight.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you know where the key is and you know the code to the gate.
Oh, Lord.
Good gracious.
My taters fell apart a little bit, but it still tastes good. That's the main thing.
Well, I like it.
Ain't nothing wrong
If
with
you look for structure, that wasn't.
Right.
When you're putting everything on top of it,
Nothing wrong with that. You can slap that on a hoagie roll and eat to get it to go.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Uh-oh.
even that boy down south will say that'd taste good on a cracker, wouldn't it?
That's right.
Oh, Lord, don't be talking of the stale cracker.
Yeah. He's a nice guy, by the way.
What is it that made you French white bread?
Yeah, fresh white bread. I was the exact opposite of stale cracker.
Yeah.
Sure got quiet real quick, didn't you?
Oh,
Yeah. Quieter than a Baptist
y'all-
potluck.
You can hear the gnashing.
All y'all that are out there within driving distance of Bahia, Mississippi, you are missing out.
Yep.
All you got to do is show up. And
That's
you
it.
go home
That's right.
full.
Wow. Wow. That hash
That is pretty special.
is pretty.
The eggs make it so rich.
Mm-hmm.
You get the rich with the homemade.
Yep.
Yeah, 'cause I don't like Brussels sprouts, but I like that.
But
So-
yeah, you
Y'all
know.
didn't hear her. She said she doesn't like Brussels sprouts, but she likes this.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a lot different than when they're just boiled on your plate. When you got it melding with other things, you know, it's just like
Speaking of Brussels sprouts, I had something in the last 2 or 3 weeks when I was up in Michigan. It was some Brussels sprouts, but had been seared real hot in a cast iron skillet.
Uh-huh.
Probably only, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 minutes. And then they did a balsamic reduction
Yeah.
really.
over the top of those things. And
Yeah.
let me tell you something, guys, that's one of the best things I've had in a very, very long time.
If you put some bacon in that skillet
See,
with it.
They were
That's where I
on.
was going, because I've done the shallots with the bacon.
And then the
Yeah.
balsamic left.
Yeah, the bacon grease over the top of it, like a wilted salad.
Yeah.
But it was fantastic.
Man. Bro.
Yeah.
That's unreal, dude.
Makes you wonder what the EP stands for. Executive producer or egg person?
Egg person. That's right.
Well, you know, both. That corned beef is good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Got good
Just enough
flavor.
acid from everything, and it's just all blending extremely well.
Good balance.
It is rich.
Mm-hmm.
That's the butter and the yolks.
Right. But like I said, got enough acid from that lemon juice.
All right. I think in between, I'm gonna need a popsicle.
In between popsicle, he said.
Oh,
In between popsicle.
it is time.
It is time.
What?
Egg. Ow.
And there's more if anybody wants more, guys.
Dang, that's a quick hour.
It was, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
So next week, guys, we're gonna do probably some kind of fish that Mark's catching down there
Snapper.
this weekend. And I know Ashley will put it out on all the social media, exactly what we're going to do, but it will be at the same time, same place,
Same bet chat.
same back channel, as they used to say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, the problem is if he's gonna do throws, we'll probably have to be out in the oven. Cause there ain't
Yep.
gonna be room in here.
That's true.
We'll work that out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the popsicle with you.
What?
Who else wants popsicle?
Sugar free.
No, it's not sugar free. These aren't sugar free.
Oh,
These are white
These
punch.
regular ones?
Yeah.
All
We didn't
then
have any
then I'll
sugar.
do one.
Yeah. What are you against
I
sugar
don't-
free?
I'm against sugar free, man.
I hear you.
Sugar
All right.
Sugar gets me going.
Well, all right. All right. Our gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thank you for this day. We thank you for this week. Thank you for blessing us, and thank you for your grace and your mercy and your love. Thank you for this food and these friends, and may they drive home safe, and may we be been a blessing to anybody watching. And just thank you for protecting us, Lord, and just thank you for your salvation, and thank you for dying on the cross for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Well, that's good. All right. I'm
Popsicle and prayer.
gonna finish my popsicle. Thank you to Boys Night Out and
Yep.
Team White Lightning for sponsoring our popsicles and prayer. And we will be back here next week. Mr. Lambert, cooking throats.
And thank you, White Lightning, for sponsoring our eggs tonight, too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we got a little spicy white lightning in there. So thank y'all very much. Y'all have a great week. Come back and see us. We'll be here next week, Thursday night, 7 o'clock. And love God and love people. Y'all have a blessed one. We'll see y'all then. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.